You're standing in an African savanna 50,000 years ago. The air smells of rain and ash. A child coughs beside you. Someone's grandmother, maybe 35 years old, is already ancient. Most people here won't see 30. But here's the question nobody asks. Was this because life was brutally short, or because we're measuring it wrong? Well, dig into fossil evidence, hunter-gatherer data, and the real reason ancient humans vanished young, and what it says about us today. For 99% of human history, our ancestors lived as hunter-gatherers, in small bands of 25 to 50 people. The world was unpredictable. Droughts, predators, infections with no cure. Life expectancy at birth hovered around 20 to 30 years. But here's the catch. That number is pulled down by staggering infant mortality. Up to 50% of children died before age 5. Once you survived childhood, your odds of reaching 60 were surprisingly decent. Researchers pieced this together from skeletal remains, dental wear patterns, and modern hunter-gatherer studies. Early anthropologists assumed short lives meant constant violence. The evidence tells a different story. Most deaths came from disease, accidents, and childbirth, not warfare. The real question isn't why they died young, but why we assume they did. In 2007, anthropologist Rachel Kaspari published a landmark study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. She analyzed fossil teeth from 768 ancient humans, spanning 2 million years. Her method, wear patterns on molars reveal age at death. What she found shocked the field. In early Homo sapiens, only about 5% of adults lived past 30, but by 30,000 years ago, that number jumped to nearly 20%. The shift wasn't gradual, it exploded with modern humans. Kaspari argued this grandmother effect drove human evolution. Older adults stored knowledge where to find water during drought, how to process toxic plants, social alliances. They weren't just surviving, they were teaching. The study proved that living longer wasn't a luxury, it was an evolutionary advantage that reshaped our species. Now let's talk about the Hadza people of Tanzania, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer groups. Anthropologists have tracked their lifespans for decades. Here's the surprise. Once you remove infant mortality, the average Hadza adult lives to about 68. That's not far from modern industrial nations. But here's the thing. Their environment hasn't changed for thousands of years. The pattern repeats across every studied hunter-gatherer group. High child death, but healthy adults reaching 60 to 70. This complicates the brutally short narrative. Ancient humans weren't dropping dead at 25 because their bodies failed. They died young on average because so many never made it past infancy. The implication is non-obvious. Our ancestors' bodies were designed to last decades if they survived childhood's gauntlet. Here's the mind-bending part. Human biology itself reveals the lie. Our bodies are built for longevity. Consider the human brain. It takes 20 plus years to fully mature. That's an enormous energy investment. Evolution wouldn't waste resources on a long developing brain if most people died at 25. Now look at menopause. Humans are one of only 3 species where females live decades after fertility ends: whales, elephants, and humans. Why? The grandmother hypothesis says older females boost their gene survival by caring for grandchildren, not by having more babies. A 2012 study in Nature confirmed this. Among the Hadza grandmothers, foraging efforts directly increased grandchildren's weight and survival. Cross-culturally, the pattern holds, from hunter-gatherers to modern societies. The biological mechanism is clear. Evolution selected for post-reproductive longevity because it paid off. Ancient humans weren't dying young by design. They were built to last, and the data proves it. The turning point came around 10,000 years ago with the agricultural revolution. Before farming, hunter-gatherers moved, frequently ate diverse diets, and had relatively low disease loads. After farming, people settled into dense villages. The result? Infectious diseases exploded. Typhus, smallpox, tuberculosis spread through crowded communities. Life expectancy actually dropped. Skeletal evidence shows farmers were shorter, had more dental cavities, and suffered more malnutrition than their hunter-gatherer ancestors. Daily life changed dramatically. Instead of foraging for a few hours, farmers worked from dawn to dusk. Who benefited? The population grew. Farming supported more people per acre. Who was harmed? Individual health. The mismatch is stark. Our bodies evolved for mobility, variety, and small groups. Agriculture trapped us in sedentary, monotonous, disease-ridden settlements. We traded quality of life for quantity of people. That tension between ancient biology and modern environment still shapes our health today. Here's the part that affects you. That ancient wiring still runs your body. You felt it this week. The urge to move after sitting too long, the craving for variety in your diet, the stress of crowded spaces. Neuroscience explains why. Your brain's reward system, dopamine pathways, evolved for unpredictable foraging, not predictable grocery stores. That's why scrolling through social media feels addictive. It mimics the variable rewards of finding food. Meanwhile, your stress response, cortisol and adrenaline, evolved for short bursts of danger, not chronic work deadlines. A 2019 study in Nature Human Behavior showed that modern sedentary lifestyles directly contradict our evolved need for movement, increasing risks of heart disease and depression. The useful insight? Your discomfort with modern life isn't weakness. It's your ancient body telling you it's in the wrong environment. Walk more, eat varied, seek small social groups. Your genes remember the savannah. Remember that child coughing on the savannah? You now know the truth. Most ancient humans died young, but not because life was short. They died because childhood was a lottery. The ones who survived carried knowledge forward. Grandmothers who remembered droughts, elders who taught tool making. That's what made us human. The real reason ancient humans vanished before 30 isn't violence or weakness. It's that we've been measuring the wrong number. Life expectancy at birth hides the story. Adult lifespans reveal it. Our bodies were designed for decades. The lingering thought? Every time you feel stressed by modern life, every time your body aches from sitting, you're feeling the echo of 2 million years of evolution. You're a hunter-gatherer trapped in a farmer's world. And the only way forward is to remember where you came from.